When we believe in something, it often takes a lot to convince us that we're wrong. It doesn't matter whether it's something about ourselves or the world, or we are stubborn. And I'm no different. I was believing in things that were very wrong. And no matter what people had said to me throughout my life, no matter what God tried to tell me, I was determined to keep going with what I was believing in, even though I had clear signs that it was evil. I, for whatever reason, wanted to believe it was good. And that's often the way of things. Proverbs 16:25 says, "There is a way which seems right to a person, but its end is the way of death." And it can be right in our face, or it can be disguised as good. And that's often the ways of things of the occult. Some people, think it's great, especially things like astrology. They get up every morning and read their horoscope. And, if it's good, they are happy. They're excited to see what the day is going to bring them. Or if it's a warning, they'll live by that warning. I better not do such and such today because my horoscope says that if I do it, something bad can happen. But that's wrong. We are not to live by horoscopes or ways of the occult. And there are people that believe that the demons are good, or at the very least neutral. They don't see them as evil. They see them as teachers of, philosophy, teachers of wisdom and knowledge, and they will ask their advice on things. How to find love, or help them with their work or education. And the demons might appear good to them, but they're very good at disguising this. And in the books, demonology books, it's interesting how their description is the same. And where it says that they're not so nice. And if you look at all these books on demonology and demons, their description is always the same. Some writers might add some personal experiences or thoughts, but the description is usually always the same from the Ouija, it's called. And the sigils are always the same, of course, which is used to call them during ritual. But even the negative things that are written there, instead of maybe contemplating it and saying, do I really want to get involved with this being, they take what they might see as good from that description and want to use it. And then there's things like, Ouija boards, which some people, think is fun. They think they're talking to someone, they know that has died, or think they're going to get some good advice out of it. It just invites things into your life that you don't want. And just like, consulting a psychic. You might think you're talking to, a dead loved one, but it's demons that you're talking to, and they're putting pronouncements on your life, giving you false information. So this verse in Proverbs, these ways might seem right to people, but they're not. And the more you get involved with one thing, you're going to be led down into more darkness. A person might think they're, going to do some crystal work or read their horoscopes, but the next thing you know, they might want to start reading up on pagan practices or Wicca, and then that might satisfy for a while, but then they might feel called to go further into the darkness, so they might get into start worshiping demons. They might even get into Satanism. And then there's darker and darker that you can get involved in. Some people believe Satan is good. Some people believe he's neutral. There are others that believe he's evil and will worship him that way. And again, this seems right to the person. They might think they're not evil. They might think that Satan's loving and that he's there for them. They might see him as Father. And he might appear that way. Maybe for a long time. Or maybe for a short time, and then he'll reveal his true self to them. And they still might not want to see it. Just like I didn't. If I can help anyone by saying what I am, then it's a blessing. And I will talk more on this later on. But I was wrong in what I believed and what I taught people. And I am not happy with myself. But Jesus pulled me out of that. And although he's tried many times, I know that I was wrong and that I need to follow Jesus and his teaching. And I have seen many times that he is the truth, he is the life, and he is the way. And that only through him we can get out of darkness. He is the light in everything. And no matter how dark you might feel that you're in, you might not even be able to see in that darkness. Jesus will shine a light so that you can get out. He will reach out his hand and take it. Just take it. Because even though you might feel or think that the path that you're on is right, its end is death. But Jesus conquered death. I hope this blesses someone today. I really do. And I just hope that look to Jesus if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, just ask me. I'm here. God bless you today. Amen.